Hey there. If you've been desperately searching for just a moment of clarity, a deep breath, or honestly, just a sign that things are going to be okay, well, you've landed in exactly the right spot. Today, we're diving deep into some truly timeless wisdom that's basically a survival guide for the resilient soul. We're not just reading off quotes here, we are completely shifting our perspective on how to handle it when life gets, well, incredibly tough. I know things might feel exceptionally heavy for you right now, but together we're going to unpack a brilliant roadmap for navigating through the absolute hardest of times. Seriously, take a second and check in with yourself. Are you feeling completely overwhelmed by the challenges in front of you? Because, look, it is so easy to feel crushed by the weight of the world, right? To feel like your obstacles are just way too massive to even tackle. That feeling of being totally bogged down, it's valid. We've all been there. But what we're looking at today is a literal survival guide for this exact moment. We're going to see how making just a few profound mental shifts can completely change how you interact with your struggles. Let's ground ourselves with this core idea. It's true, there is no measure for tension in this world. Think about that. Life stress is infinite. It's immeasurable. So often, we totally exhaust ourselves trying to quantify our anxiety or, trying to measure if we're more stressed than the next person. But the source text here reminds us that tension is just a limitless part of the human experience. And realizing it has no boundaries is exactly why we so desperately need a resilient, structured mindset. Since we literally cannot measure the tension, we absolutely have to master our response to it. Okay, let's dive into this next part because this is where we actually take our power back. Think about how we normally react to stress. We waste so much precious energy trying to fix the people around us or constantly trying to alter their behavior. It's totally ineffective. On the flip side, we have this wildly empowering approach, changing yourself first. True resilience, true power, it all comes from mastering your inner self. When you shift your focus from trying to control the external world to mastering your internal one, you stop draining your energy and you actually start building your resilience. Now, to change yourself, you've got to do a little internal housekeeping. We need to protect that inner peace. This wisdom points out two major mental blockers. First off, there is no cure for the disease of being jealous of other people's progress. Jealousy is a sickness and there's no external medicine for it. Second, a true human being can never hate anyone. Letting go of jealousy and hatred is absolutely vital, mostly because it clears out all that mental clutter. You simply cannot build a resilient mind on a foundation of resentment. Moving right along to reframing the battle ahead. What's really fascinating here is the brilliant mindset shift this demands from us. It says, don't tell your courage how big your problem is. Rather, tell your problem how good your courage is. I absolutely love this. It's basically asking you to literally talk back to your obstacles. Instead of shrinking your bravery to fit the size of your fear, you crank up your bravery until the fear has no choice but to shrink. It is such a fierce, determined way to look at whatever mountain is standing in your way right now. We so often think of resilience as just pure brute force, fighting every single war physically and just exhausting ourselves. But true resilience means realizing that not every war is won by fighting. In some situations, the strategic mind wins the game. Sometimes the absolutely most resilient move you can make is a thoughtful, strategic one. Courage is knowing when to use your raw energy and when to use your intellect to outsmart the challenge. And hey, once you have that strategy in place, you've got to commit. If you've decided to do something big, never turn back. Resilience requires a wholehearted commitment to your path of recovery and growth. When things get rough, it's so tempting to look over your shoulder and retreat to what was comfortable, even if it was super unhealthy. But true resilience, it means burning the boats. You made the decision to heal, to grow, to face the challenge, so do not look back. To really push forward, you have to grasp this idea. Success is never found by staying within limits. To win, limits must be crossed. Escaping your current challenge means you've got to push way past your perceived boundaries. You cannot solve a massive problem by staying in your comfortable, limited little box. You have to break the ceiling. You have to push the envelope. Escaping the tension of the world means daring to go exactly where you haven't gone before. Now let's talk about the hidden rewards of failure. The crucial point here is beautifully summed up like this. Mistakes are telling you to improve. If you improve, these same mistakes will give you a big reward. Mistakes are not punishments. Let me say that again. They are not punishments. They're actually signposts. They're giving you exact, specific data on what you need to fix. If you actually listen to them and improve, that initial failure transforms into the exact thing that secures your massive future reward. And how do we make sure we actually learn from those mistakes? Well, by remembering to keep learning every single day. There is no age limit for it. Adopting a beginner's mindset is this lifelong tool for navigating through hard times. Honestly, the moment you think you know everything is the moment your resilience shatters when you face something unfamiliar. But if you're always learning, always absorbing, you stay flexible. And flexibility is the absolute backbone of surviving tough situations. Which brings us to the ultimate power of patience. The source material puts it super plainly. It is absolutely impossible to get everything instantly because patience is the key to success. I really want to ground your expectations here. Waiting is an active part of resilience, not a passive one. You aren't just sitting around doing nothing, you are actively holding your ground. When you truly understand that instant results are impossible, you protect yourself from giving up too soon, right before that big breakthrough happens. And for those moments in the waiting room of life, when the patience just feels way too heavy to bear, the text offers some really deep comfort. It says, prayers never go empty. They're just answered at the right time. Whatever it is you're hoping for, whatever internal pleas you're sending out there, they have value. They aren't just vanishing into the void. They're simply operating on a timeline of perfect right timing. It's a profound reassurance to keep the faith while you endure. Next up, finding strength in gratitude. To illustrate that, check out this incredibly poetic imagery. Value what you have, because even the sky does not have its own ground. Just think about that for a second. The sky, as vast and magnificent as it is, totally lacks a foundation of its own. It's such a massive aha moment. We so often look at others or at grand, seemingly perfect situations and assume they just have everything. But everyone lacks something. Appreciate the solid ground beneath your own feet. Appreciate your foundational blessings. And finally, the highest form of purity is service to others. The text leaves us with this striking thought. Those hands are always pure, which rise for service more than for prayer. While internal hope and prayer are essential for keeping our patience, it's actually our actions and our service to others that represent the absolute highest form of spiritual resilience. When you are strong enough to lift someone else up, you prove to yourself that your problems have absolutely not defeated you. So, let's look at the path forward. Number 1, change yourself first. Stop trying to fix everyone else. Number 2, cross your limits. Don't shrink to fit your problems. Use your courage to outsmart them. And number 3, have patience. Know that mistakes are just data, and true success always requires enduring time. Which leaves us with the ultimate question to carry forward. Will you let your problems define your limits, or will your courage redefine your life today? You've got the blueprint now. You have the wisdom of the resilient soul. So now it is entirely up to you to take these insights, step out of the tension, and begin the work of transforming your challenges into your greatest victories. Keep learning,